34 CR 24487, State versus April Imholte. Note the appearance of Thomas Gallagher, attorney with and on behalf of the defendant April Imholte. Kristen Pierce, Assistant County Attorney, appears on behalf of the state. This is arraignment. Ms. Imholte, you're charged with one count of possession of controlled substance, a felony violation of Minnesota statute section 152.025, subdivision 2, paragraph 1, and subdivision 4, paragraph B. Maximum penalty, 5 years imprisonment, a $10,000 fine, or both. Ms. Imholte, you have the right to remain silent and not submit to police interrogation. Anything you say may be used against you in this or any subsequent proceeding. You have the right to counsel in all proceedings, including police lineups and interrogations. You have the right to be represented by an attorney of your own choosing at your own expense. However, if you demonstrate indigence, then an attorney will be appointed at public expense. You have the right to communicate with defense counsel, and a continuance will be granted if necessary to permit this. You have the right to a trial before the court or a jury. Mr. Gallagher has submitted a certificate of representation. Mr. Gallagher, you've also submitted a motion to dismiss, and it's your motion.
Your Honor, when I looked at the complaint, I'm asking the court to dismiss the complaint today based on Rule 17.06, subdivision 2, paren 2, paren D, and subdivision 3. And as outlined in that rule and in the comment to that rule, if the facts alleged in the complaint do not constitute an offense, then the complaint should be dismissed. And that can be raised at any point in the proceedings, including today. The complaint, the probable cause section, I believe, is about 2.5 pages long. It mentions the defendant's name. I believe I put it in my motion, but in writing, but it's 5 times her name is mentioned. The first time it says she was located in the home. The second time it says she was located in the master bedroom. Third time it says 2 credit cards listed to the defendant were found. And then it says the fourth time it mentions her name. It says her purse was located in a hallway between the master bedroom leading to the attached bathroom, and that a co-defendant indicated, and the homeowner indicated that the defendant was at the home visiting at the time of the search warrant execution. Mere presence is not enough to support a possession charge. There's no allegation that she possessed any drugs. And so we're asking that the court dismiss the charge.
Ms. Pierce.
Your Honor, Ms. Imholte was found in the room where the drugs were found. She's only being charged with the drugs that were found immediately on top of her credit cards, which were active and not expired. One was a bank card, and her purse was found in the master bedroom suite, which between the master bedroom and the bathroom. And she was in the room when law enforcement executed the search warrant, and the drugs were out in the open on top of her immediate possessions, with the rest of the contents of her purse also in that room. While mere presence is not enough, that does show that she was in the room and creates a joint possession that she was using, or at least with one of the homeowners in that bedroom where the drugs were out in the open, on top of, literally on top of her property, of her bank cards.
For today's purposes, I'm denying the motion without prejudice. I think the motion is not as simple as the defense filing would make it seem, considering Ms. Pierce's take on the evidence and that the motion to dismiss would be more appropriate for a Rule 11 motion where the parties could dive in a little deeper to present the court with the full flavor of the evidence. And so for today's purposes, it's denied. And Mr. Gallagher, would you like to combine Rule 5 and Rule 8 today?
Yes.
All right. Are you waiving reading of the complaint, deferring entry of a plea, and demanding an omnibus hearing?
Yes.
And are you wanting the contested omnibus hearing right away? Or do you want to be on the uncontested block first?
I think we'd rather be in the uncontested block because every now and then discovery issues pop up.
Yep, and that's fine. The purpose in our county for the uncontested omnibus is for the defendant to either demand or waive the contested omnibus. So it does buy you a little time, and then the case is not assigned yet either. We'll assign it once you demand or waive omnibus.
Thank you.
September 17th at 2:30.
That's out of 14 days.
Oh, sorry.
Would be the 11th at 2:45.
We would waive any time
Oh,
limits, by the way.
gosh, I'm totally sorry. My fault. Okay, time is waived, so the 17th, a lot of our prosecutors are gone. And so
Okay.
let's go into,
October 8th at 3:30.
That works for the state, Your Honor.
That works for me. I'm not sure if my client, is that a good date? April?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay.
all right, 3:30 on October 8th. That continues to be a remote appearance for uncontested omnibus. Ms. Pierce, what's the state's position on release?
Your Honor, this does involve the possession of controlled substances. We are requesting unconditional bail in the amount of $20,000, conditionally that she could be released on her own recognizance on the conditions that she have no use of controlled substances or alcohol that are not prescribed, submit to random testing, remain law-abiding, and report to probation as directed.
Mr. Gallagher?
Your Honor, I believe the allegations are very scant in this case, to the point that it would be inappropriate to have conditions of release on her. She's here on a summons. I don't know why we need to impose bail or conditions, especially testing.
Ms. Imholte, you're ordered to make all future court appearances, arrive 15 minutes early, ready to proceed. Keep in contact with Mr. Gallagher as he's your point of contact for all court business. You are to be booked on this charge, and you'll need to make arrangements to come into the courthouse in Candioi County and Wilmer any business day from the hours of 9 to noon or 1 to 4, and that's just for pictures and fingerprints. If you've already done this, then that has been satisfied. You are ordered to remain absolutely law-abiding. You may gain your unconditional release by posting cash or bond in the amount of $20,000. In the alternative, I will release you on your own recognizance subject to conditions. The conditions are as follows. Don't leave the state of Minnesota without prior court approval. Have no use or possession of alcoholic beverages or mood-altering substances that are not prescribed to you, and submit to any form of testing to verify that you are abstaining. The testing can be at the demand of law enforcement or probation. You are responsible for the cost of the testing. Failure to cooperate or failure to show up for testing is the same as using and providing a positive sample. You'd have no use or possession of firearms, dangerous weapons, ammunition, or explosives. you must meet with Candy County Community Corrections initially to do intake for pretrial release monitoring of the court's conditions, and thereafter as they require. Their number is 320-231-6222, and you are required to call them and establish this relationship for pretrial release monitoring within the next 24 hours. All right, anything else to come before the court today, Mr. Gallagher?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Pierce?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, matters adjourned. Thank you.
Show us how those tits far, April.
Ha ha!